Actually, I need a drink.
Oh, better not be my one. So yeah, he's just stealing mine.
I'll get a glass of water. Yeah. Riveting content here, folks. Fun fact, on the first day that Disneyland was operational, it was only supposed to be open to a select group of people, mostly dignitaries and celebrities. However, due to a series of fuck-ups, around 30,000 people turned up, which went about as well as you can expect.
So did 30,000 people just like turn up to watch it open?
No, there was a number of people who did turn up to watch Disneyland open, but those 30,000 people actually turned up to get into the park. People think, oh, 30,000 people doesn't sound like a lot. Bear in mind, Disneyland had just opened and it was supposed to be showcased for a select few people, like people in the media, a couple of celebrities, a few foreign dignitaries, but random members of the public all turned up and then somehow got in because they all had forged tickets. And the reason I wanted to establish the date is 1955 is while today it's all like digital entry and tickets are like quite sophisticated, I suppose. Back then, to forge a ticket, you just had to be fairly good at drawing. And it's noted that there were just so many forgeries that the people on the front gates just said, fuck it, let everybody in. And as you can imagine, 30,000 people who weren't supposed to be there rocking up randomly and all rushing into the park led to a number of hilarious problems. It's similar to all those stories that used to go about like, during the days of like MySpace.
Oh yeah.
When people would invite their entire like MySpace friends list, sometimes consisting of thousands of people, to a single house party, and then like 2,000 people would show up and just wreck their house. It was like that, but just with a theme park.
Yeah, that's totally just the, oh yeah, bring along friends if you want, and you think this like 20 people house party, and then it turns out to be like 300 people.
No, like 3,000 people. Like, there's so many stories back in the day of their house gets ruined. Like, oh, my parents are gone for the weekend, and then some dickhead sees that and shares it on their MySpace thing. It's like, oh, 500 fucking people turned up and wrecked my house and then stole everything and killed my dog. I think the most famous one, and I forget the guy's name, but he gave this like legendary interview where he's still wearing like the sunglasses from the day before, and he's at the party, and his house is like on fire in the background of the shop. And the newscast asked him, like, do you not feel like any sort of responsibility for what you've done or any sort of like, you know, sympathy for your parents? He's like, nah, good party, wasn't it? Like, the
priorities.
The interview's like this close to fucking smacking him once. He's such a dickhead.
I suggest you go away and take a good long hard look at yourself.
I have. Everyone has. I love it.
I once, like, nearly had my dad tan my arse because I invited a mate round without telling him, and they put like a drink on the coffee table.
Oh, you can't
And they
do
did
that.
not put the coaster on the coffee table, so there was a ring on the coffee table. My dad is super, super serious about that kind of thing. Like, seriously, my dad would get annoyed when he saw fingerprints on our door handles.
Oh my
Do you
God.
know the thing you used to open doors?
Yep.
He would get annoyed if he saw fingerprints on the door handles. And one time, I shit you not, folks at home, I saw him hoover the lawn. He hoovered the lawn because he used to smoke, and he'd throw his, like, you know, his tab ends out onto the lawn, and then end of the week he'd hoover the lawn. And I just remember him out there hoovering the lawn, and the guinea pigs just going losing their shit. So you think dogs are scared of vacuum cleaners? You want to see a fucking guinea pig when he's hoovering out of the cage.
I mean, you could hoover up the guinea pig.
It's so
No
bad.
wonder it's
Just
scared
like,
of it.
It's like, is he mowing the lawn? It's like, look outside, the hoover's just out there. I just now think though, if like my childhood was like 20 years later, that'd have been a Roomba. So my dad would have bought he would have bought a garden Roomba and just seen it out on the lawn, just not knowing what to do with it still. I know it's got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I need to bring it up because it's just an image that made me just go, yeah, that's about right. When someone just posted on like Reddit or something, I thought to the Well That Sucks subreddit, and it just said, oh, my puppy shit on the floor, my Roomba ran over it. It looks like, it was like Tokyo Drift happened in their kitchen because the Roomba, she's just because obviously spreads the shit everywhere, then tries to hoover the shit up, and it's just, just sell the house, it's not worth it.
So I guess Disney didn't foresee this happening.
No one expects 30,000 extra people turning up, and as you can imagine, all the food carts ran out of food almost instantly, all the drinks carts ran out of drinks, apparently all the pipes stopped working because that many people went to the fucking toilet. So it's like that thing, it's like 30,000 extra people went and took a dump that day. This alone would have been bad enough, but the opening day of Disneyland just so happened to occur during a mini heat wave, and the temperatures reached 38 degrees Celsius, which is about 101 Fahrenheit for you Americans out there. And think 38 degree weather, massive crowds, no food, no drink.
Sounds like Comic-Con.
Yeah. Oh, it does. It is Comic-Con. Oh, it's going to be like a bunch of sweaty people. You know, instead of like Captain America shirt, it's just Mickey Mouse. And as if that wasn't bad enough, all the rides broke down because that many people were trying to get on them. And it's reported that parents were literally throwing their children through the air over the crowds to get to the front of the queue, and they were then clambering on the rides, which then broke down immediately because there were many hundreds of people trying to ride them all simultaneously. And in my head, I imagine some parents like throwing the child, and then Mickey Mouse catches them, just spikes them into a teacup. Now think about like how desperate you've got to be to ride that ride, that you are like yeeting your child onto the thing. Oh, did I use that correctly?
I guess so.
I'm trying to be hip.
It's not working.
Is that the correct? I did it. Yeah, I did it. Right.
Yeah, you can't now, Karl.
I did it. That's when everybody tells me that reference is so out of date. Karl, stop it. Just stop. Just think about that. Like, have you ever experienced like a crowd frenzy that intense? Like people throwing children through the air.
I did live in the city centre when Pokémon Go first happened.
Oh shit, yeah.
You'd just see the landscape of the city as like a Snorlax popped up and 500 people start running towards it.
Nothing will ever top the video from the first week of Pokemon Go coming out of, a Vaporeon was spotted in Central Park, and you just see a guy get out of his car. This Vaporeon is more valuable to me than my fucking car.
God, yes it is.
I'm still annoyed they didn't do the idea some people had of when they released the legendaries, put them in places that are inaccessible. Like when Moltres came out, put it in a fucking volcano.
Actually
like,
put them in
Put
volcano.
Mewtwo in Area 51. So you get people just wandering into Area 51. It's like, don't really like Naruto running in. I just like the build up to that where someone said, oh, you can't get picked up on infrared if you Naruto run. Something about putting your hands behind your back and just running with a headband on means that you can't be detected by cameras. Do you think that's how they got into Disneyland? Just Naruto run with your child on your back. So Lucas, in your first ever video, you can now create an amazing photo shoot. We're going to do the best way to break into Disneyland. So let's get a picture behind us. So let's get Disneyland, the front gates.
Oh, yeah.
And right, so first we're going to need security. So I'm just going to guess it's like a bunch of like mascots. So just Photoshop in some Disney mascots.
A shit ton of like Mickey Mouse in armour.
But you have to like Photoshop like baseball bats and stuff into their hand. Because Mad Max is about to go fucking down. And now we need a couple of people just Naruto running in. Just on their way in to get through. Who do the Naruto runners have on their side to help them get past the Disney mascots?
I mean, how do you get past Mickey Mouse with a baseball bat?
You don't, but we need to try.
Have you
Lucas.
seen the size of his mitts? He's just gonna catch you.
We're gonna break into Disneyland whether they want us to or not.
I was gonna say, can we just get some kind of like catapult? Just launch people over the gates.
Let's do that, yeah. Let's get some trebuchets in there with people in their Naruto running stance on the way. How else are we going to storm like Minas Tirith? No, actually, yeah, do that. Just put in the background of Disneyland, just put like fucking Minas Tirith there as well. Fuck it. So how are we going to break this down? What else do the people...
We've got like the siege towers going along.
What do the Naruto runners say? Yeah, well, put some orcs in there as well. No, not they got. Put that one orc in, that berserker, that Legolas misses the shot on.
Oh god.
Legolas, finest archer in Middle Earth. Okay, kill that one guy with a literal glowing thing on his face. Misses with 3 arrows. He takes out a Muma kill with 1 shot. He can't hit a guy running in a straight line.
You know what that is, Karl? That's called plot armor.
It really is. That the most plot armor ever given to a side character ever. Anyway, so put that berserker orc in as well. Who else do we need? How else do we get through this barricade? How do we storm Minas Tirith Disneyland? We've got the trebuchets, we've got the Naruto runners.
We just get like Claptrap in, opening the doors.
We could do,
allowed?
Put Claptrap in so you can get through all the technology. And we need one more thing. We need like who's going to be the leader of this army of people who want to get in. Do you know what? Fuck it. That guy who wanted the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce, put him in. He's the leader because he's like, I need to get in.
He can rally for any cause possible.
He can, yeah. They bring him in. He's the one who's leading this army. It's like, we want in Disneyland.
So, is that the end, or does it just get worse?
Oh, it gets worse because you can imagine 30,000 people who aren't supposed to be there wandering around Disneyland. They just started wandering into places they weren't supposed to be because there was not enough staff to stop them. Like I said, they just walked onto rides that were broken, and they tried to annoy the people in the food carts. And apparently, Sleeping Beauty's castle, so they forgot to lock it. So people just wandered in, and just started looking around.
Stabbing in that.
Yeah, just like, just grabbing stuff, like stealing whatever they get their hands
That's
on.
the thing, because they've got security enough for what? A couple of thousand people?
Yeah, and they're expecting like the media and the press.
Yeah.
Like, they're expecting people like,
Respectful
be on their
people.
best behaviour. No,
Yeah.
now you've got 30,000 people, like child throwers. Like, if you're willing to throw a child, you're willing to steal something from like Disneyland. But it gets just a little bit worse because the asphalt had just been laid that morning, and that coupled with the exceptionally high heat meant that it didn't set. So everyone wearing high heels just got stuck. So they just sunk, and I'm picturing just like sinking into it like it's quicksand. And I'd like to think as well, they just got left behind. Do you know, it's like, I imagine like a husband looking back and he sees his wife, she's stuck, and there's like this mass of just this human mass swarming in, Naruto running in. And he looks back and he just thinks, nah. Do you know what it's like? It's like that moment in like The Mummy Returns where like Imhotep's wife just looks at him like sinking. It's like, help me, the Scorpion King bad CGI man's gonna get me. And she runs off. And he just looks and he goes, oh, he just accepts it and just falls into hell. Oh, it's not all bad though, because Walt Disney was there that day and he's like, well, this is fucking shit, innit? This is terrible. So what he did is he carefully observed the crowds and went, okay, so this is how people moved around the park. This is where they went. This is where they got stuck. This is where they got lost. This is where we just found people not supposed to be there. And he used the whole ordeal to like streamline the park to help guide people around it more efficiently. But he was still very aware that it was a complete disaster. And that day was known as Black Sunday for many, many years.
Oh, God.
It's something else. Like, you don't really want that to be the lasting image of your opening day, is it? 'Cause people think it must have been a magical, wonderful time. No, people were throwing children. There were like food carts getting tipped over. People were like just stealing shit.
Yeah.
Everyone just climbing over the fence. All the rides stopped working. There was no food. There was no drink. None of the toilets worked. And then you just got stuck. Well played, Disney. Well played. So, Lucas, this was your first fact-free video. How'd it go? How'd you feel?
I felt a bit nervous to start with.
But it went well.
It did. We had fun.
We're bringing new people, new voices for the channel because you get new interactions. Like, we got the storming of Disneyland Ministerial with people in Naruto running. That's cool. That's some fun stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
we're also making other content, aren't we, Lucas? Let's do that. 'Cause my coattails are pretty big now. There's enough room on there. So, what is it you want to plug?
Well, I have my YouTube channel, Legend of Kanto.
Yeah, it's linked below. How's a picture?
Yeah. And me and you are going through Breath of the Wild.
No, we're not.
Well-
it's not going well.
Well, you're attempting to.
Go through Breath of the Wild. Do you know what episode is it where I find clothes?
I haven't made the episode yet. I'm guessing like 5 or 6.
You can go watch this playthrough. I am the most, and you can see how I'm the most infuriating person to play video games with. As Lucas can confirm, the literal first thing I did is walk out. What's in this treasure chest? I guess we'll never know. And walk straight past it.
First thing that happens, you get given 2 free treasure chests. Carl just walked right past them.
I don't need that.
Naked as the day he was born.
So my link in that game is just like this. He's doing a little boy, and I don't run anywhere. I just trot. I do a little boy trot in my little, link shorts.
I mean, to be fair, most of the time you're just like face flat on the floor.
Just keep getting hit. Oh man, it's so bad. But yeah, that's a thing that's out there. You can go find it. It's all linked below.
Oh, yeah.
Look forward to more Lucas if we record more of these today. Are we?
I mean, I guess so.
Are we recording more today? That shrug says it all.